You play nice, Ford 88. You play nice because you have been raising my blood pressure from here to fucking high heaven. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is a big day. And the reason today is a big day is because we received our final piece for the Ford 88. Now I know you guys are all gonna wonder, part one ended with me setting backlash. Well, let me tell you guys why I haven't filmed anything after that. This differential has been kicking my ass. I'm gonna let you guys know exactly why it's been kicking my ass, because there's multiple reasons, but we do have it now. Everything is good. So I'll run you guys down that really quick. We'll get this last part on the axle that belongs on that side of the diff, and we will seal up the diff cover once and for all. Once and for all. And then all we gotta do is just put the freaking diff back under the Cobra, do our speed cal, take her for a ride. So let's go right into this. Let me tell you guys what's been going on, because I have had a headache for the past week over this differential. I know I left you guys off with setting backlash and me telling you guys that I'm starting from scratch because it had aftermarket gears in it. Well, I had a nice young gentleman come and buy all my old stuff. Thank God he did, because there was a part that I didn't know that I would need with a 456 gear. But we'll get into that in just one moment. So I started from scratch, right? Let me move some of this stuff really quick so I can take this cover off. And it'll be a lot easier to explain to you guys. So let me get this cover off really quick. So here's the inside of the 88. As you can see, we have one axle shaft in. The reason we do not have the other axle shaft in is because I don't even know what the hell I did with it, but the factory ABS tone ring, from pulling it off the old axle, decided that it was going to oval out the part that is supposed to be a press fit, and it doesn't press fit anymore. It's just loose on the axle, so I could literally just slide it down and it won't go on. This isn't on yet. I have to press that on, which I'm going to do in just a moment. But I wanted to show you guys inside here. So I did go ahead, I did set this up. It does have an amazing pattern. It's right smack dab in the middle. If you guys can't see that, it's literally right there, all the way down to the bottom. It's perfect. Pattern's perfect on both sides of the gear. We have a good pattern there. We have a good pattern there. It's perfect, right? So I get all of this together. I get my backlash set and everything. And then I go to slide my axle shaft in. Well, we had a slight issue. And the slight issue was the fact that since we have a 456 gear, this pin, if you guys can't tell, will not come out. So that was the third headache. I'm skipping around a little bit here, but that was like the third headache. And I need to do some research on that. And it's nice to know that they make a notched cross pin. So if you guys can see down there, I know it's gonna be hard to see, and now you can see a little bit better. You see how that has a notch in it? That has a notch in it for a reason. That is for anything higher than a 430 gear on a Ford 88 where you cannot get the pin out. So that notch, you just spin the pin till the notch faces whatever axle you're working on, and then you're able to slide your axle in, put your C-clip, slide your axle out, and then you rotate that till the little pin bolt goes in. Obviously, that's not the proper terminology for that bolt, but it lives right there. So as you can see, this spins absolutely amazing. It's free, everything like that. We are currently sitting with a 0.030 pinion shim, which if you guys are new to differentials, the Ford Motorsports gears are actually marked ±2 thousandths on the pinion, and Ford recommends a starting point of 0.030. So a lot of the times, if it's marked +2, it'll be 0.032 for your pinion shim. It's not always the case. You should obviously check the pattern because the pattern's your determining factor, but it is a very good place to start. It just so happened to be that mine looked best at 0.030, and I have no plus or minus 2 on my pinion whatsoever. So now that we got the pinion shim out of the way, we have 20 inch-pounds of pinion preload, which is perfectly in spec. We have 9 thousandths backlash. I went a little bit on the tighter side. The spec is actually 8 to 15 thousandths, but I read online that stick cars with higher backlash, like 10 thousandths plus, have a clunk when you put it in gear. So I went with 9. I didn't want to go all the way at the bottom at 8. I went with 9, but hopefully that we won't experience any of that clunk or anything like that. And then we have our carrier nice and loaded up. If you guys are wondering how you do that, you slide the carrier in till it's like a snug fit, but it goes right in. And then you add 6 thousandths to this side, 6 thousandths to that side. And that will set your carrier preload for these bearings that live here and here. All right. Now, the torque spec for these cap bolts is 89 foot-pounds, those 4 bolts. The ring gear bolts, I know I told you guys in the last video, but the torque spec for those is actually 100 foot-pounds. I did not have the proper torque spec before, but it's okay because I had to pull all of this back off to change that stupid pin that lives there. So it is torqued properly now. This is fully set up, guys. It's ready to rock. Obviously, I need to slide the other axle in, but it is ready to rock. Like, everything is perfectly in spec. Pattern looks great. Backlash is good. Pinion preload's good. Carrier preload's good. Everything is torqued down good. We're ready to rip. We need to get the cover on it and everything like that, but that ain't no big deal. So now we need to go and press that ABS tone ring on, which we need to be careful doing because we don't want to screw the brand new tone ring up. That cost me $75 for literally a tone ring, a piece of metal. $75, guys. Like, absolutely ridiculous. Anyways, we put our new axle bearings in. That wasn't too bad to do. You just drive them in until they stop. There's a little like collar on the backside. Same thing with the axle seals, everything like that. When you slide your axle shafts in, you need to be very, very careful of the seal at the end of the axle. Kind of hold the axle up and slide it towards you or towards the differential in the center here. No big deal there. Nothing new there. But we need to get this pressed on. So that is what I'm going to do right now. I hope I cleared that up with you guys of why I didn't film any of this, because it was driving me up the wall. And honestly, I just needed to concentrate on it and I just needed to get it done. I think I showed you guys I painted the axle, but I painted the whole entire axle. I was going to powder coat it, but I changed my mind. I went with paint, just cost savings mainly. You know, if I was rich, probably would have powder coated it, but I'm not rich. So this is what we have and this is how it's going to stay. So let's get this pressed on and let's get this last axle shaft in because I don't want to see the inside of this differential for a very, very long time. So we're going to press this tone ring on that axle. Now, let me explain to you guys what exactly happened here because it's a completely different day. That silver tone ring right there is what they freaking sent me, and this is what I'm supposed to have. That thing is made very, very cheaply, and all it did was bend when I tried to put it on there. This one is way thicker, way stronger feeling. This is what I was supposed to get, not that piece of garbage right there. So I'm going to get this on there. We're going to get our last axle shaft in the diff. We're going to seal up our cover, and we're done. We are done. All we got to do is break this axle in. So let me get this thing pressed on really quick, and I'll pick you guys up after I oil down the bearing and everything, the seal, and slide the axle in. Guys, so we're all sealed up. We got our other axle shaft in, so we're good to go there. We got our little cross pin in to hold the notched cross pin, like the little bolt pin. Right now, we have all these bolts just hand tight with an Allen key. I did not put no ratchet on this quite yet. I want to let the silicone sit for about a half hour before I go ahead and tighten these up. And then we are going to have to torque our bearing torque down caps, which obviously if you have a stock differential cover, you will not need to do that. But I highly recommend getting a diff cover with these. It's just kind of cheap insurance. And the cover looks really nice with them too. So just keep that in mind. But we will torque these down once we actually get the cover all tightened. We don't want to torque these now because it'll push up on our silicone and obviously we won't get a good seal. So you do that 100% last. And they don't require a lot of torque. I'll let you guys know the spec once I get to that point, but they don't require much. Right now, we are waiting for the silicone to dry. We got about 10 minutes left, and then we go ahead we torque all the diff cover bolts to 15 foot-pounds. Then we're going to run a small bead of silicone in here, right where the jam nut goes down. We're going to run these all the way down till they touch and torque them to 5 foot-pounds each. 5 foot-pounds there, 5 foot-pounds there. And then we'll put our jam nuts, and our jam nuts also get torqued to 5 foot-pounds. So I will see you guys once she is fully set up. Guys, we got a fully built 8.8. Can you believe it? It's finally done. It's finally done. Now we just got to put it back under the Cobra. To be honest with you guys, this axle looks way too good for this car. Let's be serious. But it's okay, because once this car has paint on it, or we wrap it, or we do something with it to make it all one color and look pretty good, everything will come together. But that's down the road, because I honestly like driving it like this. I really do. But everything is done here. Everything's torqued. We got 5 foot-pounds on the caps. We got 15 foot-pounds on all the bolts. Axles are in, diffs in, backlash is set, pinion preload set, the whole 9. It's a long process, guys. I'm really happy that I'm finally done with it. I painted the axle. I did everything I wanted to do to it. I mean, there's nothing left besides put it back in the car. So I will do a video putting it back in the car. But just keep in mind, near future, we're going to be doing control arms. We're going to be doing adjustable rear shocks, torque box reinforcements, subframe connectors. We're going to do the matching front shocks that are also adjustable. I really want to be able to dial this car in for launches and stuff on the track and on the street. So we definitely need adjustability here. We're going to do adjustable control arms. We're going to do the adjustable shocks, you know, everything like that. We're going to get this car. My goal is high 11s, mid 11s, somewhere in that realm with a 4-valve, 4.6 B-head car. B-head car is the key word there. C-heads are a little bit faster. This is a B-head car, but it does have plenums on it. It does have lower plenum, upper plenum. Everything's ported. The runners are cut in the lower. So the car does move pretty good. If we have to spray it, we'll spray it. It is what it is. But I think we could crack the 11s with the setup that it has, especially with the 4.56 gear. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw in today's video. Please drop a like up on this video, share with your friends, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment down below. Talk to you guys all the time. You guys are awesome. I love all of you. And yeah, I'll catch you in next week's video at Friday at 12 p.m. Peace out.
Everybody has a turn back moment. You have a moment where you can go forward or you can give up. But the thing you have to keep in mind before you give up is that if you give up, the guarantee is it will never happen. That's the guarantee of quitting, that it will never happen, no way under the sun. The only way the possibility remains that it can happen is if you never give up no matter what.